What's up everybody, Kwame here, back again with another video, and today I'm going to show you how I edited this picture by using an app on my phone. So the app that I'm using to edit this picture is Snapseed, and you can use this on iOS or Android or even Chromebooks that run Android apps. I'm going to be using a stylus to show you how to do this, but you can use your finger too, so it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, Snapseed does not have a desktop app, so it can't run on your Mac or Windows device, but I love this app and I love the double blend feature in this app. So let's dive right in and show you how I did this. All right, everyone. So this is Snapseed, and I'm using it, like I said, on a Chromebook because the Samsung Chromebook Plus that I'm using can run Android apps, and it's easier to record it on here. But you can use iOS or Android phones or tablets to do the same thing. So first thing we need to do is open up our base picture. So tap anywhere to open the picture. And I'm actually going to go into a folder that I have here on my computer. So the base picture we're going to use is this one here. And the reason why I chose this one, and let me switch over into this view. You can see here I have a couple of pictures of the bison, and what I like about doing these double exposure pictures is having a nice clean background. So if we look here at this picture versus this picture has a little bit, the bison does stick out from the background, but I like having a clean white background and just clean separation from my subject and the background. So this is a perfect example of this. So going back into Snapseed, the first thing I like to do is to open up your tools here, go to Image, Tune, and we're going to turn this base layer into here, and we're just going to take out the saturation. Now, you could turn this into black and white doing other methods, but I like doing it here because I'm going to do a couple other little edits while I'm at it. I'm going to increase the contrast a little bit more on here. There we go. And then I'm also going to mess with the highlights and shadows a little bit. So I'm going to open up the highlights even more to give that separation, because what I like about black and white pictures is having a really high contrasty image. And then the shadows, I'm just going to pull those down a little bit more. There, and that works for me. So in the top right corner here, you can choose to see the before and after. And so before and after. Well, now we're going to hit save. And now we're going to open up our menu here. And at the very bottom, click on double exposure. So now first thing you have to do is open up your image. So we're going to open up the image, and now this is one of these quirks that I've talked about before about Android apps running on Chromebooks. For some reason, when you're looking at the previews, you can't see what the full preview right now. It works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. I have no idea why. But to see which picture we're going to use, we can just jump back in here. I want to use the second picture here. Do I want to use this one? Yeah, we'll use this one. Let's try this one. So we're going to use this picture, which would be that picture right there. So what you want to do is you want to position this over your subject how you want to. Now there's several things you can do here. So if you go into styles, you can see this is the default style, but you have a lighten, you have darken. So lighten just pretty much puts the second image over your subject, and darken cuts out your subject and puts it on the background. So everything that's light, in this case, the added image will replace, and this one, everything that's dark, the replaced image, the second image will replace that one. You have add, You see here, you have subtract, then you just have your overlay. Now, I personally like the overlay look a little bit better than the other ones, but it's really up to you. So you find the look that you like. And now this isn't the exact image that I used for the picture that I created. To be honest, I can't remember which picture that was. So I'm just using this one here to show you how it works. And so if I like this one, the other thing I can do is increase the occupancy. So you can make it more or less. So really, I kind of like something like this. And don't worry about it putting the picture exactly over, like putting the pictures, imagine lining the pictures up exactly right. Because I'm going to show you something here. So I would like to keep the eye open. So you can do something like that, and you can even twist the image around too. So if you want to fit it in like this, you could. And that actually looks pretty good. And you can see before and after. So I like this, and for the demonstration, I'm just going to leave it like this, and you hit the little check mark and it saves it. Well, you're thinking, well, this doesn't look all that great. So in Snapseed, if you go to this little hamburger menu in the top right corner, you can see your view of edits or view edits. Click on the double exposure and then the little paintbrush here. This is how you're going to paint in the exposure that you just created. So the way to do this, and this is where having a stylus comes in handy, is you have different degrees of you can increase it to 100%, or you can decrease it to like 75, 50, however you want to do it. So let's keep it at 100%. And now where you want that exposure to come in, the second image, you can paint right on top of your first image, which is very, very cool. And that is how you keep your background of your original image and just paint in the parts that you want for your double exposure. And so we're going to paint this in here. Once I get it to about right here, I like to go in and then zoom in. So just pinching on the screen, you can zoom in and you'll get a smaller brush, and that way you can get closer to the edges without getting too much bleed. Now, if you want to see what you're painting, there's a little mask button in the bottom right-hand corner. This will show you a pink overlay of everywhere that you've painted. So if you like doing that better, you can use that to help guide you onto where you're painting your image on. And so let's say you're doing this, you're going around, it looks pretty good, but then by accident you paint outside of where you wanted to. If you decrease your brush to 0, you can erase that that mistake that you made, and then you can bring it back up to whatever percentage you had it at and keep going. So I'm not going to make you watch me put in this whole image. I will finish this up and show you the finished result here in a second. All right, so for the sake of the video, I didn't do it as detailed as I probably would for myself, but I just wanted to show you how you would paint that in. And as you can see now, if you do the before and after, that was your before, this is your after, that's how you get the double exposure in Snapseed. And then when you're done here, you just hit the check mark and it will save that double exposure. And then what I also like to do is if you go back using the back arrow I do like to go back into the menu, tune image, and I do like to just pump up the saturation. Well, for this one, I will pump up the saturation just a little bit and increase the ambience again just a little bit to help bring out the colors of the blue and the browns and the white in the of the mountains. Then you hit done, and there you have it. So if you tap on the image, you will see a before and then an after. And that's how you do a double exposure in Snapseed. And then when you're done, you just hit the little button down here to export it, and you can save it or export it however you want. I'm just gonna hit export, hit save, and now it is saving my image that I just created. If I go back into my folder, there is my new image of the buffalo and the mountains all put together. As always, thank you for watching this video. If you do like it, please hit a thumbs up down below. If you don't like it, you can put a thumbs down. Leave a comment. Let me know if you've tried this or if you want to try this. You know, experiment with whatever pictures you have. You don't need a buffalo. You can use yourself. You can use your dogs. You can use family members. Whatever you want to do, try it out. Again, it works on iPhones, Android phones, tablets, or Chromebooks that run Android apps. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.